We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, Winston. Space to maneuver at the 40. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
On 3rd down, Winston. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Brate.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Winston. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, 47. Woo. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun. Hey, 47. Hey, we're going right there. Let's go, get that. Let's go, get out.
Second down, Prescott. Flushed out right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Levante David in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The give to Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Short yardage, Winston. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
550. Sonic.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And that's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The give is to Jones. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Follow. Hey, sub. Let's go. Green, triple C.
Throwing, Winston. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
Let's go now. Sonic.
Now Winston on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, get that, let's go, get up.
First down, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
26.
A second down throw for Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Here we go, 46. Go, get out there, get out there. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
Prescott now on second down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
46. Gun. 46.
Prescott from the gun. That's Samuel, caught left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
It's coming now. Go. Get out there. 26.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Hustle. Hey, 47. Hey, we're going right there. Woo. 26.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First down, Winston. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! A great effort there as the first half is winding down, and the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Good. Here we go, 46, 46. Switch,
A second down throw for Prescott. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. Here you go, 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep. He's got a man. Complete. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Good. Good. Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
Prescott on 1st down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 34 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll go again to Jones. And an alley to run. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Green, triple C. Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, check right. Hey, sub.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Forced out to his left. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. This is Jones. Got some real estate inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Ready. Blue lady. Green, triple C. Blaze up.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Again to Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Swing to the right. To the right. Switch to the right. Here we go, 46. 26.
Now Prescott going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They go to Elliott again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This is Elliott, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you